Arlene España with you, and I'm joined by Arnola, and just fresh of an amazing star. Can we just talk about it for a moment?
Um, yeah, it was a fun game last night, especially when it goes like that. It goes our way. We get a big win, score a lot of runs against the Braves, and we faced the Braves quite a few times. We're very familiar with each other, and really was trying to stay focused the whole game to make our pitches and to execute our pitches as best as possible, and to stay ahead of the guys on that team, and to try to get the early outs, try to get their leadoff hitter out because they're a deep lineup, and we all know that, and they know how to run the bases really well. They have some fast guys, and to get those fast guys out and keep them off the bases was crucial.
Of course, you were one of the guys. Wheeler also had an amazing start, and from the wild card series, and now this is your ninth season with the Phillies. And last year, you guys were really close to getting to the end goal. So, what would it mean to you? Possibly last year with them to finally punch that ticket.
Yeah, last year was fun, right? It was really fun. We had a really good group of guys, pretty similar to what we got right now. Um, and obviously, it's definitely a blessing to get to the World Series. A lot of us have never been to the postseason, and last year we made the additions, some veteran guys that had been to the postseason and had experience, so they knew what it was about. And now this year we have pretty much the same club, but with a couple better additions and postseason experience. So I feel like we're better equipped for it, but it's a hard road, right? So we still got to take it game by game and not let up, and take it pitch by pitch and focus, and not try to get ahead of ourselves and not try to do anything we're not capable of doing. But overall, the team is great. Our chemistry is really good. We mesh very well together. Everybody supports each other. There's not anybody selfish on the team, which you can tell, right? You can tell by the guys in the dugout when guys get on base and score runs, base hits, home runs, and guys get out of big innings on the mound and stuff like that. You can tell. So I think that plays a big part in our team.
I know, and I already say it right. You guys' as rotation have been amazing in the pitching. But how fun has it been that lineup? Like knowing that everybody can get the job done. And my boy Bryce Harper.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Bryce is Bryce, right? We all know that. But like you said, anybody on any day can get the job done, and we've seen it all year long from the leadoff guy to the number 9 guy, and guys coming up, and the bench guys coming in. We've seen it. So I mean, that's why this group is what it is, and we have a lot of confidence in every single one of the guys, and we pull for every one of the guys. And when they come in, especially the young guys, the new guys, we welcome them in. They're family. They're on our team. They're in our clubhouse. So we want them to feel like they can thrive out there, right? They're good in the clubhouse, and we always want to be there for them, whatever questions they ask, whatever they need to talk about, so they can perform on the field. And they've done that this year.
And I say about Bryce Harper because he came off an injury and now he's playing first base. I feel like there's nothing he can do on a baseball field. Like he's the prototype if you were to have one.
Super talent. I mean, as much as we could say it, he's more talented than a lot of other guys on the field, right? And that's just who he is. He's a superstar, and he knows how to play the game. He plays the game hard. He has a lot of experience, and I mean, he used to be a catcher. So from catcher to outfield, all the places in the outfield, and I'm sure he played other positions growing up. But I mean, making the transition to first base, I don't really think anybody thought it was going to be super hard for him, right? I mean, he's got a really good glove and an arm in right field for all those years. So he's really played really well at first base. So it's been awesome to see.
We have to talk about somebody very special for you, the catchers. JT Realmuto, the way that he has been leading that rotation. I mean, he is another guy. I mean, I feel like everybody we bring up in this group is like amazing, right? And JT is not just an amazing catcher, but he's offensively really good. He runs. He does everything.
I mean, the most athletic catcher in the major leagues, in my opinion. The most athletic I've ever seen. I mean, he's got unbelievable skills behind the plate. He pretty much blocks everything you throw in there, scoops it. He has a really strong arm. It throws a lot of guys out. He's one of the fastest catchers in the league, and he's had hits for power. And it's pretty cool to see. I mean, you got a guy who was one of the first 2020 guys last year. I think he might have been like one of the few ever, or maybe number one, 20 homers and 20 steals. And you don't see that. You don't really get that much. And a good guy on top of that, right? A good family guy, a good teammate, knows how to run a pitching staff, smart. He's full package pretty much.
He's like that leader in the clubhouse, and it's so important. And I wanted to ask, I know last year was a really fun year, but you started with a manager, then in the middle of the season you get another manager. What is like to start with your guy this time and going all the way, like knowing the clubhouse is gonna stay the same, like that culture.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys on this team has had experience of staff changes and managerial changes over their years in pro ball. So, obviously it was a different situation, and quite a few of us knew Tomps because he was our bench coach from 2018 up until last year. So we knew how he acts and how he handles his business and how he can run a team. So he's obviously super chill, right? Yeah, everybody sees that. It feels like nothing gets to him. He looks very stressless. And I feel like that plays a big role on a team with players. Players see that and they communicate with that. And I think it's very important for young guys that come up on this club to be around that, because this game is stressful and it's very hard and it'll bring you to your knees really quick. But if you can be around guys like that and a coach like that, a manager like that, it can definitely calm things down and just let them focus on being themselves out on the field.
It's been a very exciting series all around. The games in Atlanta were very exciting, so had been the one seed in Philly. You guys are potentially one win away, right? It could be today. How are you guys managing that, and what are like the talks in the clubhouse?
I mean, it's hard with this group, our opponent right now with the Braves, right? I mean, we saw it this game 2. We were up 4-0, and they came back and made some really good plays on us and pulled that game out. It was a heartbreaker for us, but yeah, it's definitely not a cakewalk. We know it's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle. I mean, you got Strider on the mound tonight. We know what he's about. He's got some good numbers against us, and he's going to be ready to take the mound for their team and try to win, right? And so we're just focused on going to compete, and I think everybody in the clubhouse, that's their mindset. Nothing's guaranteed in this game. A win's not guaranteed for us, so we got to compete to the end and just focus on winning and stay focused the whole game.
And of course, I have to say, the fans here. I spoke to Trey Turner a couple of days ago, and it was like, he talked about the connection that the fans have with the players and how you guys feed off each other's energy. I know that being able to perform in front of such a passionate fan base, I don't know how the other team feels, but I know for you guys, it's got to be pretty amazing.
I mean, I might be a little biased, but I think we have the best home field advantage in the game and best fan base in the game. I mean, they're from pitch number 1 to the end, they're pretty much standing up all game. They're in it. From a pitcher's perspective, 2 strikes, they're super loud every single time you get 2 strikes, no matter the situation, and that helps. It really does help. It brings our energy level up, and home field advantage is a thing, I think. I really believe that, and I know it is hard for some teams to come in here and play in front of these fans, and we know what to expect now. We know that it's going to be super loud tonight, right? It's going to be rowdy because our fans, I feel, are pretty rowdy and a little more rowdy than other stadiums fans. So we like that personally, and we feed off of that.
Well, just to finish off the interview, you gotta tell something to the fans. I mean, you already said how much you feel them. So how about some love for the fans?
Oh, well, we all love you guys. We know how passionate y'all are, and we are too. And thank y'all for the support all year.
Thank you very much, Aaron.
Thank you guys.